Hello, everyone. It's Brian here in Toronto. Have you seen the video from JT at JT's Record Room where he shows cars, kind of classic cars, mixed in with album covers with cars on? So he put those two together in a nice, interesting way and just presented it to us for our enjoyment. And it was quite cool to see. And then Doug at the Auditory Vinyl did a thread response, because I guess it's essentially a thread now, and he showed us album covers with cars on it. And then Morton, our friend over in Scandinavia, did likewise, showing cars on the covers of compact discs. And I thought, it's Monday, I have nothing better to do, so I think I'll take part in this. So my first thought was that I was going to show you 10 Bruce Springsteen covers. So if I used albums, 12-inch singles, 7-inch singles, and a picture disc, I could make it to 10 Bruce Springsteen covers with cars. But that's a little too much, so I'll just stick to one. So I just pulled out this one, chapter and verse, which, as you'll note from the hype sticker, says the musical companion to his autobiography, which I have read. 5 previously unreleased songs, and you can see them there. They're from his early part of his career with various bands. And I should have looked this up, but I'm assuming that's a Corvette. Some of the car people will tell me if I'm wrong. I'm guessing because of the door, but and that symbol, I'm sure it's a Corvette. But anyway, pretty good collection of Bruce Springsteen stuff. Now, no one really said if it has to be a car that you can drive, so I chose this one from Husker Du called Zen Arcade, and you may know this cover. It's an auto wrecker, a wrecking yard, someone who's recycling the steel from old cars, I guess. And they're piled up there. I guess they have been crushed, or they're going to be crushed. And obviously, you're not going to drive away in any of these, but it's kind of cool to see these dead cars in the auto wrecker's yard. Great record, of course, double vinyl record. Now, this one I doubted myself for a moment after I picked it up, because I thought, yeah, this is definitely a car. And then I thought, is it? But I think it is. I mean, this is Bob Dylan's Modern Times, and it's a little abstract night shot of a car, but I'm pretty sure that's a car in motion at night somewhere. And this is an excellent Bob Dylan record from 2006. Love this record. Really good. Now, for the first of 3 records that are Canadian, I've chosen this band called Prism. And this is their record Young and Restless from 1980. And on the cover here, we have this very old Ford. I don't know what it is or how old it is. And I think they are British Columbia plates. I think the single on here was actually the title track, Young and Restless. I don't know if there was another one. I don't really listen to this band anymore. I used to, way back when. But it's been a long time since I've listened to this band. They had a couple of other really big hits before this, but interesting record. Now, from Robert Palmer. Some people can do what they like. Now, you'll be excused for not noticing the car here. If you haven't noticed the car here before, I understand, because this is April 1976 Playmate of the Month. I think her name is Denise Michelle. And it seems to me like she's playing some form of strip poker with Robert Palmer. Robert Palmer always had fun with the ladies. Here's the back. In both cases, there's cards and clothing. The taxi's gone in the second image. So here it is in case you still haven't noticed it. But that is a fun album cover. Here is one from the Rheostatics, Canadian band Rheostatics, which is called Here Come the Wolves. So here's a wolf going straight for this car with a trailer. I guess it's a U-Haul trailer. On the back we have this whale, which may be a reference to their album Melville, or possibly Whale Music. This is a good record. I'm a little disappointed because the CD has 3 extra tracks, so I don't know why they didn't put an extra piece of vinyl in here and spread it out a bit, because I don't know. I think it's a shame. They left 3 good tracks off. Rheostatics from Etobicoke. This one has a literary tie-in. If you know this book, Jim Thompson, The Killer Inside Me, you may know this record from Green on Red called The Killer Inside Me, and that's where this band got the title for this record from this thriller. Here we go. It's a night scene, so it's hard to see, but there's traffic lights, there's a car here, and several cars here. You can see a tail light in this mirror here. I guess it's the side mirror of a car looking back at the sunset, and there's actually cars behind. So several cars on here. So The Killer Inside Me from Green on Red from 1987. More Canadian content. We have Neil Young and the Blue Notes. This Note's for You. And of course you can see the car. Well, there's more than one car. There's a car here and here. I guess it's more like a van, but still vehicle. This is from 1988, I think. Neil Young. This one, the car is barely visible, but I included it anyway because I love the album cover, and it's kind of like a classic record. This is Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five, The Message, of course, with the track The Message, which is pretty awesome. And look at that cover. I mean, the giant boombox, the outfits, the hats, they all look so happy. This is on Sugar Hill Records. There's the back. Great. And if you didn't notice, the car is right here. It's kind of a street scene in some part of New York. That's fantastic. That's the kind of car I learned to drive on, believe it or not. This is from 1982. Yeah, it was even the same color, I think. Yeah, pretty cool. And lastly, I chose a 7-inch single of the KLF, Justified and Ancient. And that's, I think, a ice cream. They have an ice cream cone here. Wonder Whip, freshly made for you. So ice cream thing. Here's the back. And it has lead vocals on the side 2 by Tammy Wynette. Pretty cool, right? So when did this come out? 1992. This is 1992. That's a pretty cool track. There we go. I'd be curious to see your choices of cars on album covers. So thanks for watching. See you in the next one.